Hello, hello, day two. Um, I think I'm of the opinion, and I am completely correct, and you can't change my mind. Day two is the hardest. Or like part two is always the hardest of any project. The second phase is always the one that bites you. And if you can get through the second phase, that's when you really kind of get going, right? Um, so this may be the most important thing I ever, I I know, I'm doing this earlier in the morning than I did it yesterday, so I've got a little more of that morning energy. Though I am still congested, so we're gonna have some congested writing. Now we left off yesterday at 779 words, which is a nice spicy number. Technically, our goal for today is 1,000. We want to hit 1,000 because that's 2 days of 500 words per day on average. But I think I would rather aim for, like 1280. I want to do the work of 500 words per day, every day, at least. Um, because that's how you build like a stable habit, at least in my mind. Um, so let's just go ahead and get started with this. Now, I was thinking last night, I had a few thoughts. One of the thoughts is I kind of want to pull back a little bit, or rather like pull out a little bit with the driver right here, right? I have a name for it. We're gonna meet him in a minute, but it's so she might actually. So like I sort of like the idea of him like being kind of bold, right? Like, but also like maybe I shouldn't be so bold. Let's see. Let's see. How do I want to play this? So how do I want to do this actually? So I like she might actually maybe want to just talk to. So here's why I'm in a bit of a knot. Because right here in this paragraph, I have him explicitly like turning and looking over his shoulder. Uh, let's do this. I'm the sort of person who still doesn't say it anyways. Let's simplify this. So like I sort of want to play for a moment. Like a few thoughts. One of the things I want to do is I want to get things moving. I want to literally get things moving. Um, and I want to I want to start introducing our wrinkles, right? You know, the first sort of pages, parts of a story, you want to make promises and you want to introduce wrinkles. And we've done a little bit of like character work, we've done some like image work, but let's like actually make some things happen. Something changes when that tick, tick, ticking stops. That's another little shift. No, not shift. Drive. This is actually. I always put. I don't know. Like, do you do this? I kind of do this. I'll do this for now. It's two. To pull out of the space in front of what. So let's get a little bit of this building. Like, So let's get a little like more into the mood of this person, right? So like when I think of New England brownstone, I may be wrong about my constellations. I forget if Orion is like a summer or a winter. I can like look it up maybe later. Um, Stop for a second. Like, what are we doing here? All right, so let's pause for a second. I want to start to introduce wrinkles. So, So I want to. I'm sorry for being quiet. I'm just kind of like doing the work, so to speak. Belongs in a mansion. Rolled over a nail 5 minutes ago on my left rear tire is slowly deflating. Feels like another one of those things that's safer to say in a mirror. Away, especially before an hour 15 drive on the highway. But I want the first doubt in my mind that she'll just step out and book another car and not even give me half a chance. I wanna qualify this non-dialogue as well. Let's think about this. You're like, what are we trying to express here, right? Right. So like I'm using kind of the voice dip to get back out again because it's starting to get a little too reflective. I need to pull back into the like actual situation. Okay, I see how to do this. We're gonna make a little like a break here for just a moment so I can hop ahead a moment. Something about You know, I always spell niece wrong. I do that every single time. All right, so we're over word count, but I want to keep going a little more because I'm like I'm doing something, right? All right, so I want to, sorry for being quiet through all that. I was just kind of like playing this out, right? Because I like the idea of taking the initial image and conceit about like eyes in the mirror, and it's like kind of this world where you can say all the things and do all the things you would normally say and do. And then let's see what he does. That's how like that section will end. So all we have to do now is let's do a little connective tissue. Is that Yui or like Yui? What would that be? If this was say it's this. So that's like the connective tissue that I would use, right? To reestablish the mirror again, right? Like, in fact, even before I stop, what I'm gonna do, sometimes what I like to do is when I reach the end of like what feels like a chapter, and I'm gonna make like a little dooba 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 here. That's how I like. Actually, I'm very, very anal about this. I want one, two, three, four, five. I like 5 lines to separate chapters. I don't know why. Sometimes I use the insert line thing where it like puts across the whole, like the ch. But for whatever reason, lately I'm doing the 5 lines. It feels classy to me. I don't know, and I want to feel classy. But what I like to do is I like to kind of start off um the next chapter just to give myself because then I can pick it up. So even though I'm well over target, I want to just quickly add a little bit. And I think Anya reacts to this. We're gonna skip her reaction for now. I can come back to that tomorrow. And I want to give him like a snappy way to finish this. Um, I like that. Is that new for you? I don't know. There's something kind of cute about that. All right, so we've done 1,630 words total, so we're well over goal. We're kind of moving our way along. Uh, I think the story is we've kind of gotten things moving. I think in future, like if I go back to edit this once it's done, I would probably rebalance a little bit and try to mix in this sort of foreshadowing. Slight, the turning is very slight foreshadowing. It's much more of a shell game than a foreshadow. I would want to like sneak it in a little bit to the earlier section just to get a bit smoother transition between the two. But just in terms of getting it all down, this is fine. All right. So thank you for tuning in, and I will see you tomorrow.